Hey everyone, welcome to the card reading for the week of April 20th, 2025. There's a lot of cards. It's going to be long, so I'm going to go kind of quick. So, this first set of cards is about us, and then I'll get into the cards about them, if you will. So, this first card is our Queen of Pentacles reversed, which is creating for ourselves, being smarter about what we digest, and separating work from home to achieve balance. So, this is all about not getting sucked into the constant news cycles and instead focusing on our own effectiveness. And I know it seems like I pulled these cards on purpose because it's exactly what I've been talking about with my Circles of Effectiveness book, which you can pick up at a discount in the shop right now. If you're a member of Closer to the Cauldron or the Inner Circle, it is free for you. Downloadable PDF that helps you plan out your day so you don't burn out during this interesting time. Anyway, but yeah, this card is about achieving balance and really creating, and that's where we need to put our focus. Because as we know, we are handling financial loss right now, and we're very much in a lack mindset, and some of us are still focusing on the negative. And I'm not saying there isn't anything negative happening. I'm saying, where do we allow our focus to remain? And this card reminds us that things are difficult, but there is a light in the window. Next, we have our Two of Wands reverse, which is inner alignment. So again, refocusing instead of on this lack mindset from the previous card and from focusing on the negative that's happening, we get into inner alignment. And while there may be fear of the unknown is where we have the most creative freedom. We're starting something completely new in the place of the things that are crumbling. And then we have our Sun: positivity, fun, warmth, success, and vitality. So, by focusing on what we can do instead of what we cannot affect, we are more propelled in the direction and also drawing to us more of what we want to create, which is the Sun, the best card in the deck. Well, one of them. And again, we receive focusing on our inner happiness and to stop looking outside for solutions. And this speaks to the frustration that our wishes haven't come true yet. And like we know from manifesting, the more we are focused on the when and the how, the further away the goal gets. But if we do put our focus where it needs to be, we will receive hope, faith, a sense of purpose, renewal, focusing on our spiritual connections, knowing that we're not doing any of this alone with our human family, our global family, or with just ourselves in this human experience. We have guides and spirit helpers, star family, who are always alongside us. And also, this is a welcome reprieve after a period of destruction and turmoil, and with a new sense of self and purpose. Yes, please. So since those cards were mostly focusing on us, I wanted to ask about Trump and the cabal, if you want to call it that, which I've been tending to do because there's a lot of them, and how their week is going to go. So we have a promising beginning, which is what this card means, and moving ahead with projects. And I'm thinking that probably means the new buildings in El Salvador and some other stuff that we might not know about. But, feeling like, yeah, we got the upper hand here. But right on the heels of that comes our Hanged Man, which is an involuntary or voluntary pause. I'm going to go with involuntary on this one. An abrupt halt and restriction. These next cards sort of go together. We have greed, self-protection, greed at the expense of others' well-being, which of course we know is what's happening with all of us here in the US, but also around the world. The world card also is a card of completion, generally speaking. It tends to be a very positive card, but because I'm doing this reading in particular, I'm interpreting this as the actual world and how the effects of these choices that these particular people in power are making are affecting everyone. The other piece to this is that the world is currently involved. I don't know if you saw the news about the ICC and The Hague and Venezuela. And if you go back to um, my channeled message in the red robe, where the words Venezuela and The Hague kept coming up over and over again from Spirit, that is now happening. And they are making statements, doing investigations, and things like that. So that also, this card speaks to that, and how the world is coming in hot and taking actions, focused actions against what's happening here and with the other members around the world of this darker group force thing. This is our card of conflicts, disagreement, the desire to win at all costs, and competition. So I see this as infighting, and this, in a way, we see these two people walking away, and this disagreement and regret of this person. But for me, with this particular setting, I'm thinking this is thinking I got away with something, looking over your shoulder like, haha, and not really caring too much about what those people walking away feel. So lots of inner conflict, and we're seeing that ramping up over and over and over again, which leads to a lack of progress. Each time they try it, it gets blocked. That's literally what this card means. And that's what we keep seeing happening. So expect more of that this week. What was interesting here is these next three cards, the final three, well, four really, fell out of the deck as I was putting it away. And, when I do these readings, I actually just shuffle and let whatever falls out until it feels like it's done. So that's just my own way of doing it. And you can, of course, look at my How to Read Tarot lesson, which is in the collections app at the top of the main page. Okay, so the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine, man, you cannot stop it. It's been going the whole time. And this card also represents secrets, higher knowledge, things that that aren't really suitable for public consumption. And to me, this also speaks to all of the people who have been working behind the scenes the whole entire time. And sometimes when you're working behind the scenes to do something on this big of a scale, it can't be as smooth as the people might want it to be. There might be a little bit of suffering. There might be a little bit of damage, but it's because it's not just about our election. It's a worldwide thing with many, many players. And they must, as I said in the red robe channeled message, or as I received, from Spirit in that channeled message, they have to get every cell of Cancer. But these secrets and the Divine Feminine are at work. And they actually have the upper hand. They are fighting at all costs. You will notice in this deck, because it is the original artwork from Pamela Coleman Smith, that the person battling there has two different shoes on, because they are just running out the door, ready to do what they need to. And they do indeed have the upper hand. And the week ends for the Orange regime with breakups, disharmony, and distrust. And then one more card fell out. And this is the final message, and this is for us. Love and compassion will win. So hang in there. Message me privately or leave a comment here if you have any questions. And let's get ready to have another very interesting week. Stay balanced. Stay focused on the things that you can be effective in. Do not, as Spirit said, get distracted by the sound of falling bricks as the tower or the wall falls. Focus more on what you're creating, how you're connecting with others, how you're building the new. We got this.